Hello there.
All right, we got to talk a little bit about Galactus. He was confirmed as the next villain in the Fantastic Four movie, but what's even crazier is the connection he's going to have to Franklin Richards and the connections he has to Franklin Richards in the comics. We're going to make it all make sense in this video. If you guys enjoy my Marvel content, consider subscribing, and let's get into these new crazy Marvel leaks.
The Atomic Affair.
Alright man, Fantastic Four is 1 year away, and we now know that Galactus is going to be the main villain of the movie. None of the leaks, apparently, that we heard about the movie were correct in terms of the casting. It's not going to be Javier Bardem or anybody like Liam Neeson. It's actually going to be not Antonio Banderas either, but this guy, Ralph Ineson, I think that's how you say his name, is going to be playing Galactus. Not that I know who it is, but I did listen to his narration in the beginning of the Diablo 4 introduction. Apparently, he voices the introduction to that video game.
Sanctuary was never meant for humankind. It was forged as a refuge from the war between the high heavens and the burning hells.
I listened to that, and he does have a really epic voice. So if they're just going to be using mocap and he's just going to be in a helmet the whole time, I'm not sure if I'm too worried about the way the guy looks anyways. His voice is really what matters. But what's insane is these new crazy leaks that we have talking about the connection that Galactus is going to have to Franklin Richards. Now, everyone seems to think that Galactus is going to end up consuming the universe that the Fantastic Four start in, being this retro 60s style universe. This Jetson sort of space age retro 60s style universe is going to be consumed by Galactus, and they're going to go into the main MCU, which I guess is going to be a bit of a downgrade if they're coming from this crazy high-tech otherworldly universe. But that seems to be the long-standing theory now on how this movie is going to play out, and Galactus is essentially going to win. But we know now that Galactus is not going to be only the villain in this movie. He is going to return for multiple other projects in the future. Galactus will not be a one-off villain. I have a funny feeling he may play a bigger role in Secret Wars, and they may end up even going the anti-hero route with Galactus, where he starts out as a villain and becomes an anti-hero later. Maybe he'll play a bigger role in Avengers Secret Wars. But we're finding out also that he's going to have some connections to Franklin Richards, and that he is going to come to Earth in search of Franklin Richards. Now, why would Galactus do that? Now, I don't think a lot of people know much about Franklin Richards outside of comic readers, but he is actually one of the most powerful beings in all of the Marvel universe. He is able to warp reality and actually create entire other universes. When Secret Wars happened, the 2015 run of Secret Wars in the comics, where the multiverse ended, it was Franklin Richards who crafted an entire new universe and kind of was the god of this new universe, or at least the overseer of the creation of this new universe, all the planets, everything like that. So he has the ability to actually create entire universes, and at some point in the comics, Galactus actually becomes the herald of Franklin Richards. Now, there is one story called Future Imperfect where Franklin Richards encounters a weakened Galactus. He offers to cure Galactus in exchange for becoming his herald, believing that as the herald of a reformed Galactus, he can use his powers for good. But Galactus agrees, and the two form a unique partnership, with Franklin guiding Galactus to worlds that need saving. The storyline explores the potential of the redemption and the power dynamics between the two cosmic entities. Now, in terms of Galactus becoming the herald of Franklin Richards, a group of mad Celestials from another universe came to Earth 616 and planned to destroy everything. Galactus kind of knew it was going to happen, and he told Reed Richards to call him when the time was right. The four Celestials eventually show up, and Galactus gets called. They engage in battle, and Galactus manages to kill one of them, but the remaining three did some weird fusion and became this super Celestial of sorts, and they promptly defeated Galactus. Franklin, having just gotten some augmentation from his past self, used his powers to resurrect Galactus as his herald, and the newly resurrected Galactus re-engaged the mad Celestials and finally defeated them. Now, that's how Galactus became Franklin's herald, although this was something that was more in name than it was actually in function. As far as I know, after that battle, Galactus wasn't actually Franklin's Richards' herald, but the point is that Franklin Richards is this supremely powerful being. Galactus obviously knows this, is catching on to this, and wants to come to Earth, even either to capture Franklin Richards and utilize his power for himself, or maybe this is something that's leading towards time runs out and their Galactus wants to stop the end of the multiverse. But all we know is that at some point Galactus is probably going to end up consuming the main Earth that the Fantastic Four reside in, or at least start the movie residing in. Other things and new reports that we have on the Fantastic Four is that basically Franklin is going to be born in space. Maybe this is something that catches the attention of Galactus. And we know that filming also begins in July. Now, apparently, Can We Get Some Toast, the leaker who leaked all this information, is under some serious fire for some information that they leaked about Captain America Brave New World. They actually leaked a few seconds of footage of Captain America flying, and apparently that was leaked onto their story. And Marvel is actually pretty pissed off. So if anything, this kind of just makes Can We Get Some Toast sound even more reliable. But another leak that we have, this is from Charles Murphy, said that Franklin Richards will play an integral role in the Fantastic Four. There'll be some sort of connection between Franklin and Galactus in the film. And then he also goes on to confirm that the movie is set in an alternate universe that the MCU has yet to explore. So comment down below what you guys think about all these implications for Galactus. I think they are actually going to end up having Galactus not become the devourer of worlds, but the life bringer that I think he becomes later. This is an alternate version of Galactus that actually restores dead planets. I feel like we're going to see Galactus go down the anti-hero route, but comment down below what you guys think. I don't really want to see that. I want to see Galactus remain evil, and I also want to see Norrin Rad Silver Surfer. Marvel, don't fuck this up. You better fix it. You better bring in Norrin Rad Silver Surfer. And for this video, guys, that's all I got. So until the next one, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.